Habitual Gamer on freaking YouTube, bringing you another sweet little update, just to kind of make sure I get this out to you. Now, the week, or blah, 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 as I was early in the morning trying to get this video out to you first thing. Well, that new update just dropped, the 20.10 version, and some things definitely changed. So first of all, they finally fixed the Battle Pass bonus rewards, which, make sure you smash a like and get subscribed, because I'm about to post a video about all the crazy updates and stuff for that. But anyways, so now the bonus rewards are working. As we go back to quests, now you can see Resistance is about to drop, and oh, lovely hint, there's 11 weeks. But at the same time, seasons are okay. They're kind of glitching out a little bit. The same with the Omni Swords. It says that you got to go do it, but people have already done it. And also, there's quite a few patches and stuff. To include Milestone, they dropped a new one, and it is Open Vaults. Now, I only had like 3 left. As you can see, I freaking done all the other ones. But I guess they just wanted to add one, which was Open Vaults. So you can now enter the vaults. So keep that in mind. That is an option. They are returning to the game. I was always wondering about it, but so were a couple of the people that were on my channel. Now, on the sidelines of that, they also fixed a few other things. So the few other things that they actually fixed was, oh, here, let us. So time to armor up. So they keep saying to deploy tanks, advanced armor, but so many people cannot take out the tanks. Like, seriously, if you have one guy healing the tank and your other 3 team is fighting another team to include inside the tank, it was never going to win. Well, they actually just came out with a new weapon. So a new weapon was actually released today. Now, that weapon, what it does is it actually is the unvaulted 50 cal. Now, most people say it's just a Barrett or it's just a fat freaking sniper rifle. It comes in blue, it comes in purple and gold, but at the same time, it is to do a crap ton of damage. Oh, I already got all these. But it is to do a crap ton of damage to, let's see all these, to all of your characters. But not just the characters, but mainly the tanks and the battle buses. You know how healing the battle buses and tanks is freaking can screw over anybody? Well, they actually just dropped it, so now you're able to actually see what's going on. So they were just showing it, but as I was, so putting these big barrier things in front is great, but now this Barrett sniper, it doesn't shoot very fast, but it does bonus damage to vehicles. So they did unvault it. It does a crap ton of damage if you hit somebody with it. I know they kind of nerfed it a little bit. At least let's see if they fix that. But yeah, it's going to destroy vehicles. So if one of your team members have a Barrett, pick it up, dude. Seriously. Now, a couple other things that have changed with this new update. They haven't fully unvaulted the MK or the freaking combat assault rifle, just for the sheer fact, and you would see it right here if they did. I mean, they had it here yesterday that they were going to, but for competitive mode and all this other stuff, until it's 100% funded, Epic Games pretty much just said no. So we're not dropping it yet. Now, the great thing about this new little patch is, combat and stinger SMG damage to players and structures is reduced. Most people think that's a good thing. Me, personally, I'm happy about it. A lot of you guys are like, oh, no, they nerfed it. Well, if you remember, so many people were freaking just dropping into the game modes, and they were just destroying, right? So they were literally just hitting up like freaking Team Rumble or anything, and they were SMGing everybody to death. So no one needed shotguns, no one needed ARs. They were literally just chasing after each other with SMGs because they were doing like 30, 40 damage. Now they're doing like 17, 19. So, hooray for that. Now, combat SMG headshot damage reduced to match the stinger. So, yes, it's a few extra points, but the thing is the headshot damage on the SMGs, which I wish I could show you these freaking SMGs, is pretty insane. But I'm glad they actually kind of nerfed that. Now, again, these are balance patch recaps, so these are not fixed issues and stuff. This is them trying to nerf certain things. Now the MK and combat assault rifle damage to players and structures are also reduced. Now, they did this because the whole team was shooting at your structures, you'd die. It'd be over. This new season came out, and they wanted to show you, oh, hey, let's go over here and start building up some structures when they dropped the build back. But because they had buffed weapons so much against builds, people were destroying builds so fast. Like, you could spam a box, but then you trap yourself, and they would destroy the box before you can get out. So here's another one is a balance is a Titan tanks and cow catchers have been removed from competitive playlists. Okay, so Titan tanks and cow catchers have been removed from competitive playlists. So now a lot of this is more of like the competitive sides where you guys definitely hitting up like arena and all these other things. So keep on the lookout for that one. Now, the fixed issues, which I'm so happy about this one. So, as you may know, and it was already dropped by Tabor Hill, also a great freaking YouTuber, that if you actually went into your careers and you hit up your freaking, nope, cancel. Let's go back here. So, career, profile, and you go to your wins, say solos, duos, squads. I mean, I play a bunch of squads and stuff. But anyway, so if you were playing these, they never counted this whole season. Why? Is because of the no builds. Dead serious, because of the no builds. So what was happening is people were actually entering matches, and because they were doing no builds, because let's face it, it's way better in my personal things. They're like, oh, but Fortnite has builds. Yes, but Fortnite's just, it sucks with builds. You can be an absolute garbage player on tactics, on gameplay, on teamwork, on shooting and aiming, and just all around horrible, horrible player. But if you can build, you're going to beat like the majority of people because they don't know where the hell you're going and you just cranked a tower. But anyway, so now those individual wins do count. So that counter has started again. So that's great. Another thing is fix the issue with the resistance quests where players could not progress into week 2. So what that means for you guys, let me jump back to here, is the resistance quests. So you could actually progress is in about an hour it's going to drop and you're going to be able to see all the freaking quests. So they said this is going to be fixed, but we're about to see here in about an hour and 16 minutes. Here's another one is fix the issue where vehicles stutter and jerk when driving on a flat terrain. Now, the main issue with these is like, especially when you drop in rocky rails, because there's a ton of vehicles here, is whenever you hit like a bump or you hit like an edge or you're trying to do something, they stutter and they slide. They say they're supposed to fix it. I hope to God they did, because if you so much as flipped it, you couldn't reflip the car back over because it is stuttering so much and sliding, and it's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So keep that in mind. Oh, and also, stay tuned to the end. There's another freaking update that's a nice little thing that I want to make sure I show you guys. This one I love so much. The Fishing Collection book no longer resets between matches and correctly saves progress. So, like over here, check this out. All my fishes finally showed up, man. You see this? Look, see how they're all yellow? They finally showed up. I'm going to go get all those fishing locations for you guys. But for all this was 0 for the longest time. The longest time, man. I'm dead serious because, like, if you, okay, so if you go back here and I'm going to hit up my milestones, right? So let's look at fishing. There it is, catch fish. Okay, it was like 400 fish. And this whole time, my collections kept saying 0. Oh, you don't have them, you don't have them, you don't have them. Now they're all here. So I'm going to go ahead and catch my last 4 fish. I'm going to post a video for all of you guys so you know exactly where they're all located, the breakdown of the map, and how to find them all. And so make sure you stay subscribed for that. Another fixed issue is where last season's quests were always tracked. So if you ever went in here, milestone, and say you want to come to the top, open vaults, you wanted to track it, right? Or like this, actually bounties, I'm going to track bounties. So what you would do is, as in gameplay, you know how it shows up here in the top right below the map or the IU map or the UI map? Well, in some cases, it would show you some random challenge from like last season. So that's why I literally stopped tracking quests for so long. They finally fixed that, so don't worry. So when you track, you're actually tracking whatever you are actually trying to do, you know? So in this case, it would be my complete bounties. Okay? So bringing back another one is players are now able to use the zip lines between wind turbines and windbreakers. So that they're referring to this little island right here, the wind turbines and windbreakers. Now I could always use them, but I think this is more of like a certain server. So you know how like when you go to settings and you jump over to server status, so it's like East Coast, West Coast, over, you know. Oh, there it is. NA East, West, Europe, freaking Brazil, Asia, Middle East, all these places. Well, what was happening was when it came to this little area, a lot of people couldn't use the zip line. So if they ever landed on one, they would pretty much die. Like they'd have to fall to their death, which is it's stupid, but it's funny at the same time, you know. So they said that should be fixed. I pray to God for you guys it is, because I was using that zip lines this whole time last couple of weeks. Now the last fixed issue that's also documented here in the 2010 update is, so in order to maintain optimal performance, certain legacy and unsupported drivers are now default in performance mode when launching Fortnite. So again, this is to maintain your optimal performances. So a lot of you, let's see what I do, and I'll even show you guys my settings. So is I literally crank everything up to like max, and then I just flip on DLSS, right? Well, what they did is they had to turn off like certain things. Like you see how here you got performance mode beta. You see how it's a beta? So many people put in performance mode, but if you look at all my videos, my maps look better. They look crystal clear. You can see trees, clouds. You can see all the little details of people's suits and cuts and edges and everything. Yeah, that's because DirectX 11 maxed out freaking settings with DLSS is freaking just awesome. DirectX 12 just puts a huge strain on your graphics card and literally price to performance. So it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference. They even tell you, like, if you switch to 12, it's like, if you're experiencing multiple crashes, go back to DirectX 11. It's because these are betas. They're still trying to work on them. Performance, everybody's like, oh, performance is the best. No, it isn't. It shuts off everything and then cranks all the stuff that sometimes your computer or system shouldn't be doing. Again, it is a beta, okay? Notice how there's no beta next to DirectX 11. So I just went DirectX 11 and crank all my settings. So what they're saying is a lot of drivers where they had to do for upgrading pretty much went to default in order to actually give you guys the best performance. Okay? So, few last things. All right, I got 3 things left for you guys for the new update. And then I'm going to start posting some other videos today, is the heavy sniper rifle. Like I told you, you know how like you can just take out tanks that are over here, and actually there's a couple over here, so like one here, one here. Well, those individual heavy sniper rifles, they're not included in competitive game playlists. So in other words, those people who are really, really trying to like go ahead and hit arena and then just drop people with with the snipers instead of shotguns, not happening. Not happening, dude. So they're not dropping that. That's because that's just too over OP. And 3 things left. The winner of the MK and assault rifle or combat assault rifle vote will not be immediately unvaulted in competitive playlists until they reach 100% funded. Now, you've noticed they're already in the match for like solos through squads, builds and no builds, and as well as Team Rumble. But when it comes to like arena and stuff like that and like competitions, they're not there. Is because, well, I mean, I guess Epic Games is trying to be like a man or woman of their word, you know. They say this won't come out until you pay for it all, and, well, it's not 100% funded yet, but that's soon to come out. And another thing, they said the Daily Bugle is now under assault in competitive playlists. Okay? So notice how, like, there's the line right here. So it's under assault in competitive playlists, but Huntmaster Saber has still relocated. So in other words, you know, you might be finding somebody new there. And the last but not least is a few things for you guys. Notice how last season, you can go back and look at all my videos and stuff, but Logjam Lumber, this little blue here, You see how the red is fully fighting back? And for those of you that don't know what the red and blue lines mean, make sure you go check it out on my channel. I explain it in grave details exactly what the representation is, where it's going, what's happening. Most people think it's weather. I tell you, just go check out the video because it tells you. But as you can see, the blue section right here is actually increasing in size. This one increased a little bit. This one not much. This one a little bit. But if you see this huge little thing right here, now there's more and more resistance that's getting pushed back. There's more and more stuff that's happening. But, you know, that's actually kind of great and good to notice. And last but not least, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your buddies. I appreciate everything. You all have a wonderful day. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, like and subscribe, and catch you in the next video. Woo woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I Love Earth Control reminding you to use that creator code ILUVBC in the item shop. It helps me to help you.